Okay, attempt number 2. And I'll give a weekly report that people already heard before, but the first recording just failed, went wrong. So here I am again. Haven't been able to do any editing last week because of very bad private news. My oldest cat, Varos, has been diagnosed with, well, old age and failing body, so imminent pet death. We don't know when it's gonna be. It can be weeks, it can be days. We're just gonna spoil him for as long as we can, give him whatever he can, because even if we give him unhealthy food, he will probably not live long enough for him to affect him. So we're gonna give him extra hugs, well, pets actually, because he still doesn't like hugging or sitting on laps. But yeah, that took away all my energy, and we're quite sad about it in this household. And when his moment is there, Vados will get his own little comic. So I might sound very calm now, but first of all, this is take 2. And second of all, I'm just doing the best I can, and I've been getting used to the news a couple days more. He has been doing okay. We have to keep a close eye on him. He's been quite playful today, played with a laser light, which he hadn't done for months actually. So we'll just enjoy every moment we have with him and take each day as it comes. And we'll just keep a very close eye on him. If it becomes too much for him, we'll make the choice. But right now he's very lively, and well, he demands food, he demands drinks, he demands pets. He demands a lot of things. So he'll just get it all. So yeah, that was the report that before I was rudely interrupted with a pop-up that just took over the entire stream. So yeah, that will be deleted soon enough. Let's see. Yeah, that was actually everything. We were so devastated that we haven't been able to do anything at all. And we're also preparing for Fantasy Fest. So we hope to start packing this Saturday. Most of it is still packed from the last event. And we have, I take some stuff from my micro studio, but I won't be taking everything from my micro studio along. I will make a selection, so the stand will be less crowded. Hopefully it will help. So yeah, that's pretty much my life at the moment. Bathroom remodeling, by the way, is going fine. Hopefully the final things will be done first day. Hopefully, cross fingers, all the fingers and toes. Hydrate. So my life is currently cleanup, prepare for Fantasy Fest, even more cleanup, and more cleanup, and even more cleanup. And hopefully find a way to make time for crafts and the 3D printing project. And of course, still don't have a Christmas card designed, but at the moment I don't even know what to make. Should I include Vados or not? And in which way? Because if we make a card and include him, but he passes before the end of the year, then, it's, for us, it feels a bit weird to include something as being happy and alive while not being there. And if we exclude him and the miracle happens and he's still there, then he's not there. So I have to find a way to include him, that if the worst happens, that either easily edit it, or we can change the card manually just to put down the current status. So yeah. Oh, you're going to get your own stream room. Well, good luck. And I mean, with good luck in this case, it's gonna be a lot of work and hopefully also a lot of fun. I'll support you. Yeah. Let's see. Well, not the most interesting one, but yeah, it's something. Still don't want to do about the aggressive lady. Because I still don't want someone to, well, I don't want negative responses to people because it's so fresh. But ironically, when I was doing my groceries last Saturday, I believe, I had a lady behind me in the line, and it was crowded, by the way, but it's Saturday morning in a dollar store, and yeah, what did you expect? And it was the same huff. Oh, it's so crowded. Come on, open an extra cash register, please. Kassa bij alstublieft. I was like, don't say a word, don't say a word, keep your mouth shut. It's the same kind of lady. She probably doesn't appreciate being led for again as well. But this time I spotted something and I had to leave the line anyway. And then I calmly just got back in line at the end. I think I got a delay of like 6 minutes. Well, first we're gonna do the sketch. And I only want to think about happy things, so only positive questions, news. And if I seem to be getting a bit down, just let me know. Just send them some virtual flowers or whatever. And I'm not going to draw. We have in Nieuwegein a child mayor, and that's actually a child who gets a more ceremonial role, but is also involved with like, what do children want? How can we improve our town for children? And I won't draw her. because you know this comic is going to, and the stream is on the internet now, so it's on the internet forever. So I'm just I want to do I mean, the news article is on the internet, so, but I don't want to add to that. So I'm just going to keep it semi-private. I mean, there are more kids with her name. I do wonder if she will see this comic. Yeah, the child mayor also got a chain. So I'm just gonna draw her in anonymous shape. Arm needs to go different. And I'm going to draw myself in this little corner. Because I'm very supportive of this girl. And she's all about imagination, and yes, imagination is very important. Also love that the picture they have with the article. You see all the children sitting up straight. And then you have an adult and he's all completely like saggy and almost laying in his chair. And let's see if I can make the chain. So I'm gonna get the article. No, Penny's not breaking their neck. They have this wonderful picture with the preview of the article. But if you open the article, that picture is nowhere to be found. I'm just going to do the best I can because I have a miniature article to work with, a mini picture. I'm gonna make this I'm gonna draw the mayor behind her. And she's gonna give a solution no one has ever thought of just yet. And this is the big mayor, and they have a big pendant. And I'm gonna give her curly hair because the mayor has curly hair, so. smaller. And for those who wonder, I also started a wiki for my Forever Young series, but it will include everything, so it will be spoiler heavy. Thus far, I only listed book 1 and book 2 without the basic summaries, and I made a profile for Naraku that still misses the history. And I've started on the profile for Matsuru. It's the wiki is probably going to be very big, considering it has everything from beginning till end. So it will probably take a couple of years before it's done. But it's something I can do if I want to just go, pardon me, do something in between. Like I have a minute to spare and I can I can put that. And also I do want to still do an audio novel version for free on YouTube. And then I'm going to reread the story, of course, and then I can update all these earlier things. But still, that's future talk. After Fantasy Fest, I probably have some time off, and then in November I have some time off, and that's probably going to be mostly 3D printing project. Get the first few months done. Let's see. I had a train of thought and it stopped at a station at the moment. I won't do any resin, so that saves a lot of time actually. I'm just going to make this pompons so that people have another prop to make. But anyway, making that wiki did make me rethink how certain interactions are. Ethan has immensely long arms. But yeah, that's what you get for always drawing them with smaller arms. Or shorter arms that they can't reach to the top of their head. So no, this makes no sense. So that means you need to be smaller. And this is going to be a big sign. Yep, it's in front of the signature. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, Guidelines. Soon I will be giving another workshop. I had a visitor at my micro studio, and it was an unplanned visitor. They were like, "Hey, what's over here? Let's look." So that was nice. And they asked if I had a business card, and I said, "Yes, I have a business card." And I was like, "Where did I put my business cards? Where are my business cards?" So yeah, I just I gave one of my new homemade bags along. It already has a card in it, and it has my web address stamped on front. So I can use that as business cards now as well. Still have to make many more. I mean, I have a handful. But hey, it's a start. Let's see. The eyes are too small. Shame, because I really like them. Anyway, the wiki will be shared, the link, later on. So it was very rainy today, but it's not cold yet. So soon it will be Penny and winter clothes again, but not yet. Bzz, bzz. But like I said, because of privacy reasons, I won't show everything. I mean, can you imagine being 20 and then people are like, "Ooh, you're the child mayor," and and then you're like, "Yeah, I was that 10 years ago." Doesn't really have square glasses. Maybe cheerfuler. I mean, it's okay to be proud of it. Don't have to be such big eyes. And let me get that article again for a hairstyle. Whoops. Almost looks like Penny is holding her very tight. I don't know if you all heard it, but Elfia will no longer be held at Castle Haarzuilens. It's just that the castle wants to become more of a nature preserve, I guess you could call it. Meaning they can't host such big activities anymore. Which is a shame. Of course, she has her chain the entire time. And I just those other articles. Her glasses are going to probably be rounder with each incarnation. By the way, don't know how much work it's going to be to create an audio novel by myself. I mean, I can make the art. That's probably going to take a while. I can read the story in 2 languages, by the way, so it's going to be 2 videos released simultaneously. And I have someone who is willing to donate music they recorded themselves. They already recorded royalty-free music and they are willing to donate that music, that recording. So it's probably going to be a lot of harp tunes. And that's just going to be softly in the background. I'm not sure if I should change that for more exciting parts, pieces, but then again, I don't have any exciting music. Or maybe we can remix some of those harp songs, make them more exciting, make them sound faster. They do also make those MIDI videos that sound like a piano, so maybe we can use that. And hopefully people will like it. maybe contribute some art or fan art. I want to see if I can put fan art at the end. And the fan art, by the way, can be anything, as long as it's related to the story. Well, it has to be visual, by the way, but for example, I have a friend who once cosplayed as the main character. That's something I could include. Stories are a bit hard to include. But of course, I also have to keep on editing book 6. So that the wiki is going to be edited whenever I have like half an hour. That's not much when you can edit. And let's see, the mayor also wears glasses, but I'm gonna make them smaller because she's older. Older people have smaller glasses. I forgot the necklace over here. I think what I'm going to do is, because the mayor's necklace is thicker, I'm going to make these line figures. I'm not sure if it's the same as the previous mayor, by the way. But she's very surprised by our child mayor's IDs. Okay, now I said it was going to become rounder with each drawing, but this is getting ridiculous. So yeah, if you want to be featured in one of the videos of the audio novel whenever it comes, feel free to contribute. I'll first look up old art, because I should have plenty of old fan art. Trouble is, most was hosted on my photo bucket, and I believe that account is kinda closed. So there might be some searching and some art lost, perhaps. So that makes room for other people. But there's still a couple of people who regularly draw me art. So those can be included in the beginning. And of course, I can always add some art of by myself at the end. So I'm going to make my own fan art. Also, I don't think that the child mayor will see this comic tomorrow. There's a reason why I'm mentioning tomorrow, by the way. And I also don't want to throw it in her face. I kind of want to like it. Hey, have you checked out? Have you seen that one? And let them come to their own conclusions. This does not work. Ethan does not have two shoulders. One is plenty. And that means the sign has to go a lot lower. And let's see, you hold it like this. That's the pinky. And the brain. But anyway, if there's someone very like, I really want to help with creating the audio novel, and this is how I can contribute. And why am I drawing his hand outside his arm? That makes no sense. I mean, this is where his hand is, so. I know drawing hands is tricky, but this was getting ridiculous. But yeah, I tried to do it myself with the visual novel. And while I still want to finish it one day, it's just too much for one person if you have other things to do. Like if it's your only passion, the only thing you're going to do, sure, then it's something you have. But I have my studio, I have my day job, I have editing of my novels. It's just too much for me to have that as well. Yeah, I have those as well. Especially the one I'm worried about right now, but then we're getting into negative territory, so let's keep it happy for today. That's Ethan. Yes, he still exists. You know, I wouldn't mind doing comic readings as well. Doing the penny comics. But to be honest, if you want to do decent comic readings, then you probably need different voice actors as well. So maybe in the future, one day, if I really don't have anything to do, or if I become super rich, but then I'm gonna hire people to do that for me anyway. Then I'm just going to do the fun stuff. And with fun stuff, that probably means I will have way too little time anyway. But it would be mostly writing, because I'm gonna hire someone for the editing. And drawing. That's probably, and crafting, of course. I'm gonna do the crafting. Also, for those who wonder, the wiki will only be in English. Because if I want to translate that in Dutch as well, then it's just going to be too much. And considering it's online, you can usually just use a plugin to translate it to the desired language. But I don't make any illusions, don't worry. I can dream a lot. It's probably going to be behind the sign anyway. And sometimes I feel like I should have started this earlier. And then I remember I started Forever Young in the year 2003. So I've already been working on this story for 20 years. On my own, with little to no help. And then I mean editing wise, I mean with translating I have a lot of help. And editing I also have quite some help from one dedicated person. But when it comes to layout, to well, pretty much everything design wise, then I'm pretty much on my own for about 20 years now. No big company that wants to take over. No support from the Dutch government. That's something one of my art teachers told me. If you want to create a project, just send it in and they'll just give you money to do it, and you don't even have to do anything just yet. You don't have to show anything. I believe it's a bit more strict now. You have to show something at least. But that's the advice a teacher gave me. Just write to the government and ask for some money. And I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna earn it all by myself. And yes, you can burst into song now. And by the way, I do appreciate my fans, because without my fans I would have been nowhere. Don't get me wrong. Yep, that's it's been years since I made text like this. I think this is the... Yeah, missed the line. Then I was made aware of a little typo. I mean, if you write the name right as right. And for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to omit the signature for the coloring, making it a bit easier for me. Ooh, seems to have missed quite a line with Penny in the first frame. And now I need to trace it on the layer above it. Let's see, can I... This and the top layer. Hydrate. Always been afraid of that. Oh, darn it. I accidentally did the text as well. Which is, by the way, easily fixed. Don't get me wrong, but you know, it's silly. I forgot to do that. And I'm coloring on the wrong layer as well. Why do I even have those wrong layers? And I'm just gonna merge these layers. Get new ones. Select multiply. And remove the text. Should be more or less fixed right now. That's very orange. A bit more muted. I know people say I color Penny kind of grayish, gray tones. But I actually like that slightly desaturated skin tone. And then quite a lot paler. Quite a lot paler. Is this a bit too pale? It's actually too peachy. There we go. Yes, Smile-chan has arms in this comic. I don't think I've drawn Smile-chan with arms ever. With hands, but never arms. Okay, and the eyes are blue anyway. Alrighty, now we're in. This one. That's gonna be later, hand drawn. Could make teeth out of it anyway, but I wanted to show that. I don't think I'm gonna give her the Jigglypuff microphone. I'm gonna give her her own unique microphone. She deserves her own microphone. And I'm gonna base it on her outfit. On the picture. Dark blue. And red. Then the mayor has brownish hair. And then of course we have all those layer chains. I do wonder if she gets to keep it after her year of service, or that she needs to hand it in. Is it going to be recycled? I mean, I think she would appreciate that anyway. She's all about green, nature and climate. I can't give Smile Chan the same color pom-pom as their hands, because then it would be weird, so I'm just gonna give them pink ones. Missed a spot. And then I'm going to do the yellow coloring and actually all the whites, which is pretty much, by the way. Would be, by the way, great on your resume. You've been mayor while you were still a child. Seems to miss the spot. That's okay, I'll fill that in later. And of course Ethan's shirt. I think I have everything, and otherwise it's a separate layer, so I'm gonna make the shading a bit greenish, because she's all about nature and climate. She's more about nature and climate than the people in city council anyway, so probably need to move the layer. What is layer 17 anyway? I don't know what layer 17 is, so I'm just gonna hide it. I think it's the original line art, so I need to have this layer. And if I don't like the green, I can just turn it into a different color. And then I need to return to this layer because I missed a spot. And then we need to copy this layer. already spotted something that I need to change or add or edit or whatever you want to call it. That's a bit wrong. Also, did anyone see trailer number 2 of the new Ranma 1/2 series? Because someone burst into the story. Well, I can recommend it, but you probably know already why I recommend it. It's a downside that it's going to be a Netflix only series because we don't have Netflix, and even if we do get Netflix, who says we're gonna get that series? So until it comes with an official release, we're just gonna, well, see where we're gonna see it. Wait, I missed it somewhere. Where did I miss it? Where did I miss it? Here did I miss it? And now I need to copy merge everything. Because of the background. And I hope this child mayor will be able to open some eyes, but people in politics are also very stubborn. And I'm turning negative again, so different subject. But I wanted a different green. I don't want a lime green. It's okay if it becomes a bit more pastel-y. And slightly lighter. Now we can add all the other text. Even kijken. There are quite some people who think like child mayors are like, oh, that's just something fun and it's cute and it's adorable, but it has opportunities. Ideas from someone who hasn't been stuck in the emotion for years. Oh, hello, Vladimir. I wish Vados would climb up. But that's probably not gonna happen anymore. Okay. Final check for the name, because it's kind of embarrassing if you spell it wrong. Yeah. And I'm just gonna say her first name because, you know, privacy. It's up to her. She may take this along and print it out and hand it out to everyone. I'm fine with that. But that's her decision, not mine. So, you guys can text check. I think Vladimir is doing his rounds. He sometimes does that. Just doing his rounds through the house. And meanwhile, I can start up text file. And move it to this. It's hard to imagine that about 5 years ago I did everything on one screen. Now I have 3 screens and I consider it too little. I'm spoiled. So, hey, kom maar, kom maar hoog. 1, 2. Vladimir, 1, 2. Kom maar hoog. Ja, kom maar. 1, 2. Kom maar, ik hou hem tegen. Ja, kom maar. Niet je hoofd stoten, hè? Dat is een beetje zonde. Kom maar. Speed wobbly, bibbly blobbly, hè? Als we nou die even hier neerleggen. Zo. Kom maar. Kom maar hoog. Don't really want to. Oh, hallo. Hallo, jongen. We have to make sure that Vladimir gets his daily snuggles as well. Because even though we give Varos all the love, we shouldn't forget about Vladimir. And Vladimir really likes to snuggle. And no, I don't have a camera on right now. So it's just me and Vladimir. Because I don't want to go with my face on screen. Maybe you can hear him purr. Can you purr for the audience? I have no idea if that's something you can hear. Still in my face. No, no eating. No eating the mouse. So, yeah. Cats go a bit first right now, so that's why there's a little delay. Nee, niet likken, daar hou ik niet van. Je valt zo nog van die tafel af, joh. See? Zo nieuw. Yep. Wat is je staart weer groot, zeg. Can you purr for the audience? I want to get my chat screen back, but no eating the microphone. This microphone existed for longer than your life. I think this microphone, I got something when I was 20 or so this microphone is about 20 years old. It still does fine. Ik denk dat ik zo wel weer verder moet, hè? Ja, ik moet zo weer verder. Auw. Je weet, dat doet bij mij zeer. Kom maar. Hier. Kom maar. It's okay if they bring a mouse as long as it's not a real one. Kom maar. Ja, kom maar, kom maar, kom maar hierop. Ja, kom maar. Even vertrouwen hebben. Even vertrouwen. Goed zo. Niet op het toetsenbord. Zo. Okay. Anyway. I've got 2 text checks. And I've got a cat who wants a lot of attention. But I think it's gonna be okay, okay? Did you just drool over my microphone? He's balancing on the edge. Maybe in the future, when all things are cleaned up, my house is not an immense mess, I may create a cat cam. You know, privacy and all, right? Auw. Auw. Zachtjes. Auw. Hé. Nee. Nee. Zachtjes. Zachtjes. Dat is beter. So yeah, now you hear how I talk to my cat. I treat it like a dog. Which is how I managed to get it to sit for a treat, so. Headbutting my syntax screen. Ja, maar ik moet verder, jongen. Hé, ik moet verder. Is het klaar nu? Voorzichtig, straks val je nog. Mag hierop? Maar het is nu klaar, oké? Auw, auw! Nee, het is nu klaar. Klaar. Nee, klaar. Klaar. Genoeg. Nee. Oh, hij doet het nou. He's being so soft right now. Auw, auw. Ik moet nu aan het werk, Vladimir. Okay. Let's see if I can find my mouse back. There. Auw. Klaar nu. Oh, that was a big bite. That was not a love bite, that was a big bite. Oof. I really had to keep myself from screaming. Ow. If it only was making biscuits. Now my hand was the biscuit and it was being eaten. Right. Text. Oh, that really hurts. Right, the date. How many others? Right. And the text. I only have some nail scratches. The biting didn't break through the skin, but anyone who has cats knows that those little scratches can be very painful. And then I can do one more 3D print design. The one I couldn't do last week. Okay, so all online. Yep, everyone checked it. Nice, nice, nice. That means I can now finish the comic, save the comic. Save. Seems I forgot to save the banner from last week. Or at least in this file, which is fine. Okay, so this is done. And now we quickly start up what we couldn't finish last week because... No, I didn't share last week's comic because of the private news, so that was a bit too much for me, and I was like bad word, F it. Let's see, who was the other half? That was Tama. So we're gonna do Tama. And Tama is not for the next year, so I can think longer about her coin design. So her eyes were a bit too far apart, so I need to address that. Delete ruler. Aha, so we're gonna again delete the ruler. There we go. Slightly towards the middle, because they were too far apart. Just slightly too far. Looks like she has very weird eyes at the moment. Flip it. Yep, and then I'm going to trace it like this because of the weirdness. And hopefully that will improve the image. First, we're going to do a new layer. And Tama is more about brown, so 12. Nose never prints, so how about I made it straight away. And Tama is one of Naraku's descendants. And she doesn't like the spotlight at all. So she tries to dress very modestly, tries to stay out of focus picture, which is kind of tricky if you're a chiefess and a queen. She can't play a violin-like instrument, so she is one of the musical chiefesses. Might be too much for it to register. I don't know that much about her because I haven't written about her just yet. I do know she's very shy and she has a sister and a brother. Her brother is called Rhino and her sister is called Fate. Her sister was very weak, so they thought she would fade away, hence her name, Fate. I know even less about Rhino. I know more about Fate than I know about Tama. Oh, that's a ruler. I don't need a ruler. There's our little scratchy boy again. Right. I discovered you can do this, and then you can symmetrically erase something. And then delete ruler. And we're going to do the eyes. And we do not need a symmetric ruler for that. And then we're going to see if I manage to do it right in one go, or that I need to edit things. First of all, her eyes are unevenly big. And then we're going to do the background, and then we can see how things look for realsies. And then unflip it. Need the right layer. Because as you can see, I missed a spot over here. And now we can do the background layer. Seems I miss another spot. And her face is still wonky. Her eyes are uneven. Ugh. It looks a lot better this way, but if you flip it back to its original one, it looks weird. I actually want to see if I can make them a bit more. Great, he stole something. One moment. Niks voor jou. Mag jij niet hebben. Okay, that's already a lot better. Her wonky smile is still wonky. I actually like it printed like this instead of the original one, so I might just keep it like this. It's not in the center. Then we have this. This is not being. It can't print something as thin as this, so do it like this. Now we have a chance it will actually print. That's not too thin. And like said, her coin will be designed later because she's, I believe, for 2026. So I'm probably gonna keep it like this. But I wonder if I save it, how it will save, because I've never done that before. Because I think it's gonna be saved unflipped. It's just I don't know enough of Tama to create a coin for her. Yeah, it's you can always just flip it yourself, so that shouldn't be too hard. And then centimeters, height 100, depth 3, extrude, invert output, and white enable smoothing. Convert, let's see what it does. I see an open spot, but the eyes are a different layer, so I can make the mouth a different layer. Let's see if we can make that a bit bigger so it won't recognize it as well, but that's actually the only thing. Alright, oh no, there's another open spot. So let's first unflip it so I can match it better. Then first for the mouth. It can be on the same layer. It's probably less tricky to accidentally break it. And then we have this little piece, but we have to color it on this layer. I believe it's this little one. And over here. So let's see how it does with these settings changed. Or art filled. So we're gonna do that, and don't worry, I will show the end result. Still the open spots. It still sees it as an open spot. So that means, how can I correct this first? Let's see if I can change this. I mean, this can work. And then I'm gonna make this as well. And considering it sees that as an open spot while it is not, it means it cannot print over there. So I'm just gonna get the correct color. And do it like this. I'm gonna do this as well. Okay, no more open spots. And eyes are still a different layer. Good, good, good. So this is fine. And then we're gonna select download. We're gonna STL. We don't have the entire zip. And then we're gonna start up Bamboo Lab. And I'm gonna save as. Clip Studio Paint. Yes, I want my layers. And that means I can delete this article. And where is it? I can delete this sketch, or actually the picture of. This one has also been posted, so this can also be deleted. And maybe tomorrow I'm just gonna save all the STLs I still have to print. This one can be deleted, by the way. This also has been done. There we go. This meanwhile has started up. Yes, I will do that later. I mean, it's about you have to download about every week, and if I do that on stream, that just takes too much time, so I'll do that offline. And let's include Tama. That symmetry tool really saves a lot of time. Let's see if I want to flip it. Let's see, that should be up. Possible move, rotate, scale, layer face, cut. Support mainstream. Should be able to mirror along the. Is that an X? Yep. And then you can make your own twins. Well, usually I print this. Let's delete this one because don't need it. I usually print this on the height 100. And then the thickness 3. And the coin will be made later. Because, you know, I don't know Tama well enough to create a coin. It's probably going to be something with music. But does Seiken music look the same as Earth music? So, I'm not sure. So, this is it. Pardon me for today. And I'll be seeing you again next week. Because Sunday stream is temporarily cancelled because I have way too much on my mind. So, yeah. Bye bye.